All right, peace. What it do? Okay, today is January the 3rd. So that's 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1. So it's a 9-day numerologically. The sun is 13 degrees Capricorn, moon 9 degrees Virgo, Mercury 22 degrees Capricorn, Venus 23 degrees Sag, Mars 28 degrees Aries, 28 degrees Aries. Mars been in Aries for 6 months. Now, I haven't been studying astrology for that long. I mean, like 5 years or so, a little bit more than 5 years or so. But I ain't never seen a planet being a sign for. Well, I ain't never seen Mars being a sign for 6 months. It's very interesting that it was in its home sign for 6 months, and we can say it. And these last 6 months has been very volatile. You know, we've been arguing about everything as human beings, especially with this COVID thing, this election thing, like everything has just been crazy these past 6 months. The whole 2020 was crazy, of course. Part of that was Mars being in Aries for half of the year. I think it went in Aries in July. It's just now finna come out on the 7th, I believe. Let's look real quick. Mars right here on the 7th, yeah. It's gonna hit Taurus on the 7th, so Mars gonna be watching that. And so Jupiter 3 degrees Aquarius, Saturn 1 degree Aquarius, Uranus 6 degrees Taurus, and that's interesting because Mars gonna be transiting Uranus on the 20th, I believe it was. I just glanced. See, 6 degrees Cancer, 6 degrees Cancer. So Mars gonna be transiting Uranus, and that's on the 20th, right? And that's the same day the sun goes into Aquarius. It's interesting. So we'll see what happens on the 20th. Where was I at? Uranus, Neptune 18 degrees Pisces, Pluto 24 degrees Cap, and the node is 19 on my sun, as I've said in past videos. Now, the Duads are as follows. 13 degrees is still Gemini for the sun. Sun is still in the Gemini subsign of Capricorn. The moon is now, where we at, 9 degrees on, let me highlight this. All right, so the moon is 9 degrees Virgo. So it's in the Sagittarius subsign. In a minute, it's going to be, because we got about, 30 minutes? It's going to be, well, not 30 minutes, maybe an hour. It's going to be in the Capricorn Duad, which is interesting because the sun is in Capricorn, okay? So energy is going to be heavy within the next 2.5 hours or so, roughly between 1 and 3 today. And then it's going to hit Pisces later on tonight. But it's going to end in Pisces subsign. So these are the subsigns for the day, for the rest of the day. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, as far as the moon goes. And then where we at, Mercury, Virgo to Libra today. Venus still in Virgo. I explained this in my Mercury and Venus video from yesterday. Mars in the Pisces subsign. The last subsign of a sign is the sign before the whatever sign it is. So the sign before Aries is Pisces, as you can see. The last duad is Pisces, and then it would have been Aries, but since you're switching, you go straight to Taurus. You see, I'm just explaining to you how it go. Pisces for Jupiter. It's gonna be there a while. Saturn's gonna be in Aquarius till the 8th. Aquarius subsign, excuse me. Aquarius duad. I want you to understand when I say that, I'm talking about duads. Okay. The subtle shifts of the energy. That's what these videos is about. You monitoring this energy. If you can, the way to understand things is by dissecting it. All right. I explained that in videos how the word sex equates to the word knowledge. You know a thing by going inside of it. Okay. So as we break down these signs, right, essentially by 12, okay, we get to look at a smaller aspect of it and analyze and critique that aspect, which will give us a greater understanding of the bigger picture. You see, so you chop it just like anything. If you have a big number, right, you'll chop it down so you can have a better understanding of it. You see, it's the same thing. So When I say Saturn gonna switch on the 8th, it's gonna switch Duads, subtle change to the Pisces subsign, and Uranus gonna be in count. It's very interesting when looking at these far away planets, how they just stay in these subsigns for so long. Like the entire year, Pluto's only gonna be in like 2 subsigns of a whole sign. It's very interesting. And then another thing that I would tell people to go buy my the $5 for the big one for the entire year, because when you look at the when you look at the retrogrades, they tend to go in retrograde like the sub well I can't, like the subsign, it will go in retrograde in the subsign of Sagittarius, right? I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it goes back direct in like Libra or maybe even Gemini. I can't remember specifically, but it's like something. It's either fire or water sign, I believe. All right, so real quick, you see, I said Mercury went the retrograde in Sagittarius, right? And as you can see, I went to the next month on my big ephemeritis. I can never say the word right. It went back direct, as you can see, in Gemini. See, the exact opposite sign. Okay? You can't think that's a coincidence. It's not, because it does it again later on in the year. Okay? So, once again, something you would not know if you did not know your duads. And I think that's like a reoccurring theme with the retrogrades. I was noticing it when I was making this. I was like, damn, I obviously you don't know that, and that's my point. You don't know that if you don't know the duads and if you're not paying attention to it. So once again, as I say, we demystifying the stuff. We breaking it down. How you would play it is you will look at your chart I'm gonna be saying this every day. So it's all about you at the end of the day. So what's 13 degrees Capricorn in your chart? What is 9 degrees Virgo in your chart? The sun will be transiting for the rest of today, 12 o'clock in the afternoon till 12 o'clock tonight. It's going to be transiting between 8 degrees Virgo and 15 degrees Virgo. Okay? You look at your chart and see what that encompasses in your chart. Okay? That's 6 degrees. That will be affected today. Then you will see at the end of the day, you recap your day and see how that corresponded to whatever house that the moon transited. You see, and then once you make that connection, because there's going to be a connection, because that's how this stuff works. Once you make that connection, then you will start to be able to identify certain ideas, certain emotions that come up in you, certain things that happen in life, that you would consider coincidence. Okay, when those things would happen, you would go straight to your chart. You would say, "Oh, okay, the Mercury was on my moon, Venus was on my." You see what I mean? Things of that nature. So that's the point of this. Okay, day to day, studying, critiquing, and looking at self. Okay, so the moon being in Virgo, obviously you're gonna be. Moon in Virgo denotes working, needing to put your hands on something, needing to occupy your time, do something, not be lackadaisical. Okay, that's the Virgo energy. Virgos are not lazy people in general, and the moon being in that will require you emotionally not to be that. Okay, you want to go to work, and then the Capricorn energy is the same, except on a greater scale. So instead of saying I want to go, clean up my room, right? I'm just taking a simple example. Instead of saying I want to go clean up my room as a Virgo, you would say, matter of fact, let me give you a better example. Looking at it from the earth signs in general. As a Taurus, you would say, oh, look at my room. This needs to be cleaned. I'm better than this. And then there's the Virgo, because remember, all of these signs are within you. So then your Virgo mind says, I need to get to work and get this shit cleaned up. This is ridiculous. So you start to go to work, Virgo. And then your Capricornian mind will say, I can't allow this to happen no more. I need to set a system in place to ensure that my room don't get dirty like this no more. You see? So when the sun is in Capricorn and the moon is in Virgo, that earth energy is very heavy. Not to mention, I just thought about it. Uranus will be trying. Matter of fact, I can look at it right here. Uranus is going to be trying Moon and Sun. You see, because Uranus is in Taurus. So that's that heavy earth energy. Not to mention Lilith is right there. And then Mars is about to be there, like I said, in a few days. But when Mars get there, though. And yeah, now yeah, Mars, well, the moon won't be there at that time. So it's just today. You see? It's just today. So that earth energy is heavy today. You should take advantage of that. Ground yourself. Okay, put some work in. The idea, whatever little flash of idea you may have about a long-term fix for something, a long-term way of doing things, write that down. If you don't have a good memory, things of that nature, because that's what the energy is right now. So you utilize it, and that's what all this is about. So peace and love. Gotta take it easy.